You guys want the plane crash news? Is that what everyone wants? From what I saw, it was a very small plane that two people were on. I mean, I really don't know if it means anything in relation to Trump or anything like that. I know they were trying to blame the first one on him. Plane crashing every day. Well, hopefully not. I mean, you never want a plane to crash, but this was a very small one. I mean, the other one being an airliner was just horrible. What's up? What's up? There's something weird. I mean, yeah, there could be. It was China. Well, how about China with their AI DeepSeek and how they lied about that to tank the markets? Very, very sad. But now it's come out apparently with China. They've admitted, yeah, the COVID-19 originated in the lab. It was a lab leak. The lab leak theory was correct, and nobody blames China now. It's like it's kind of ridiculous, and they lied about all their numbers, which made things worse. Random question: do you just trade or hold? Nah, I hold, man. I don't really see how people make a ton of money trading. I mean, you could technically do a trade where you hold for a while, make a bunch of money off of a coin, and then because it's at a higher market cap, go into another coin, I guess. But it's like, what do you think about Elon supporting the AfD party in Germany? Yeah, I think we'll see I think Elon is he's trying to impact a lot of things throughout the world. It looks like. I mean, that's a European situation. Same thing with the UK. I don't know. I think it's a little strange. I mean, I guess I think those countries in Europe eventually have to turn back conservative to a degree, at least. They've been so liberal for a while, and now they're just seen as. I mean, I don't even know how a liberal can argue the whole idea of just liberalism in general. Those European countries have been liberal, and they've just been run into the ground. The world views them as just pushovers. Especially the UK is like a laughing stock. So I mean, those countries I think will turn at some point. I don't know. For Germany, the way they do it, I think it's going to be very hard for that party, the far right wing party or whatever. I mean, anything where it's like, oh, you're against immigration, so you're far right. You know how that goes. But I think it's going to be very hard for them to get power this next election. At least that's what I heard. But maybe the election after that. But that's what we've been saying about these other like France and the UK as well. It's like it's always the next election is when. And now Canada, I don't know if you've seen some of the polls in Canada. I still think they're going to go conservative, but there's been some polls where it's closer because Trudeau's out. So now the Liberal Party is gaining momentum because of how much Trudeau was hated. I think Trudeau had an approval rating of like 20%. I mean, maybe like 15%. It was crazy. So he gets removed or he steps down, and the Liberal Party is going to be seen more favorably. But I still think the Conservative Party is going to get the majority of the seats in Canada, and that'll be a different component. It's not American, the American version of conservative. A little bit different in Canada, but still. As a Canadian, we're getting screwed by Trump tomorrow because our leaders can't close the borders. Well, yeah, you'll just have to counter tariff him, and I think it'll be a mess, honestly, with that. I don't know how long that's gonna last, but Trump is threatening everyone right now. But I also like I think some of like the idea of Trump blaming it on. I don't know the exact number of illegals that come in through Canada, honestly. It's definitely more of a Mexico issue, but that's what Trump cited for it. Please scroll through our politics all today. They genuinely think a coup is going on right now. What do you mean by a coup? I saw someone. I think somebody RB said that there was going to be a huge wide scale protest this Sunday. And listen, it wouldn't surprise me if when it comes to like Reddit or TikTok, there's got to be a lot of honeypots on there. I mean, there's just so many really young, dumb kids on TikTok. And so maybe they're gonna do something really stupid. I mean, who knows? But I'm sure there's a lot of undercover people on TikTok and stuff trying to incite certain things. Honestly, but I mean, with Reddit, I mean, nothing really ceases to amaze me. Unfortunately, the thing is with liberals, they're very good at keeping the crazies like below because a lot of you guys probably don't even know. I mean, they have a subreddit with legit following that's dedicated to saying the 2024 election was rigged, which really makes no sense. And that's funny how they, one of the things that they'll do is they'll say, well, we accepted the 2024 results. Why can't you accept the 2020 results? Well, number one, the nature in which the elections were done was completely different. In 2020, it took 4 days to count, and it was like they were literally waiting for Biden to go ahead before they called the election. Like, that's what's happening. They were like, there's 98% in, but Biden's down by 0.1. We can't call it yet. There's 98.2% in, but Biden's still down by 0.005. We can't call it yet. I mean, that's how it was going. So you want to talk about two different elections, and they say, you guys didn't accept the results in 2020, but we accepted the results in 2024. Well, yeah, it was a thumping in 2024, and Harris conceded pretty much immediately. They even tried with they brought the dude out, and he's like, oh, go home. We're not going to decide the election until tomorrow. The votes are still being counted, and it was just such a blowout. She had to call and concede, just like in 2016 with Hillary. And then they're like, well, it's the same, we conceded. Well, yeah, when you've got like rampant 30 billion mail-in votes and they're finding votes up Biden's asshole to get him to win, it's like, it's a bit of a problem. Honeypots, agents, and fake opposition, yeah. Is Tate a grifter? Dude, I think Andrew Tate has said certainly some stuff that's very true about female dynamics in just how women act versus what they say that needed to be called out that no one was calling out. And that got a lot of women angry. But yeah, some of the shit that he does is like, now he's got this party. Like the dude's got this party in the UK. Aren't they trying to, isn't he a Muslim? I mean, I'm not saying, but it's like, it's just strange to me. And it's what is it, just for publicity? And also like the whole thing with crypto and stuff. There's this crypto stuff's a big problem. Look at this. This is another one. Ryan Garcia launches a coin, immediately tanks it. Joe Rogan, who saw Joe Rogan was gonna launch a coin. Joe Rogan said he was gonna launch a coin and use the profit of the coin as collateral for a loan on buying a new studio. That's what Joe Rogan said. Like, bro, come on, please don't do this. We don't need more coins right now. I think Rogan's coin could go at least over $1 billion probably, or at least like 500 million. Didn't know anyone was still insane enough to live in Philly. What is Philly's population doing, I wonder? Maybe it's stagnating. I don't know, though. It's like all these major cities. Some of them are losing people. It's just there's too much crime. It costs too much. It's not worth it. Plus, there's so many different ways to work now. You got remote work and things like that. It doesn't really make sense to live in a city that has just a terrible situation in terms of crime, in terms of cost of living. The rugs are so bad right now. Well, they were always going to be bad. This is just what it is, especially with Pump Fund. They're just going to be horrible with it. But even without that, just with Solana, the cost is even without Solana, they'll rug pull coins on Ethereum. It costs more of an upfront investment for them to do it. But did you see the thing with I think there was a U.S. senator that got hacked, and the hacker posted a coin on Pump Fund, and it got rug pulled as well. I forgot who it was, but Portnoy wants to start a coin. Yep. Cuban, Rogan. Rogan was joking. It seemed like, it didn't seem like he was joking. I don't know. Maybe I didn't hear enough of the clip. On his first day of office, Donald Trump froze the hiring of federal employees, including air traffic controllers. Fact check, federal air traffic controllers are exempt from the hiring freeze. So I guess just blatantly lie now because it's fun. And the funny thing, apparently, with that community note, I was reading that liberals were downvoting the community note because they didn't want to get it passed. So they're so they're just saying blatantly false things and then trying to not allow the actual truth to come out. So it's like a double whammy with these people. They'll just blatantly lie and then downvote the corrections to the lie. If Elon stole the election, why didn't he make sure Republicans won more in the Senate and the House? Yeah, I mean, it's just. I mean, if Elon stole the election, then Mark Zuckerberg must have done a lot more. What was Elon's donations? Like 100 million? Zuckerberg spent 450 million. Soros spent God knows how much. But like the whole idea that money buys the election, Democrats always invest way more money into everything than Republicans when it comes to campaign expenses. So I don't understand how that could even be a thing. I mean, it goes against they're literally arguing against themselves. So Elon Musk, because of how rich he is, I mean, this is all public knowledge based on how much money they spent, and also the idea that Elon Musk like manipulated X. We just had that happen in 2020 with an October surprise where they silenced it because they had full control of social media. So it's just incoherent, and it's just you're saying Elon Musk manipulated social media. You just did that in 2020. You did it. We've got proof you did it. You heard of uncensored AI? Totally uncensored AI. It isn't afraid to go off. Yeah, well, the thing with AI is AI is going to be a bit of a problem for some of these just for like the way the world is right now in terms of what we're able to say in terms of noticing certain things and stuff, because as long as it's at least even like chat GPT and stuff, you'll be able to get to say some certain things that would not be acceptable, because nowadays certain things that are facts are not acceptable to say. Do you think that other Grok 3 at 1 million market cap is legit? Well, I don't know which one you're talking about. See, this is the other problem with this is there's just so many of them. There's just now there's like 4 of those coins. I mean, I'm in one of them. I don't, hopefully I'm in the good one. I'm in one of the Solana ones. I think the one I'm in is at like 400k, honestly, dude. But I haven't, maybe like 300k. I haven't checked it. I believe it's at like 300k. It's on Solana. I know there's a few on Solana, then there's one on Ethereum. But I mean, hopefully Musk comes out with it soon. Maybe we get a little bump. Give us at least like a 5x or a 10x. That's all we're hoping for, something like that. Philly plane crash looks purpose. I'm not gonna say it was on purpose or anything like that. I don't know. I just learned about it like 10 minutes ago. I did see some pretty crazy videos from it. It caused an explosion, setting multiple homes on fire near Roosevelt Mall. Holy. Looks like a bomb went off. I just busted my ears. What do you think of the uncensored AI chatbots, like mini apps? Are you talking about AI agents? I haven't used those. What is your crypto portfolio right now? How is it? It's honestly just hanging out. It's not doing well. I mean, it's because there's no money in Ethereum right now. Still, I mean, Ethereum's starting to go up a little bit, so I think there'll be more money that gets pumped into it. But it got crushed by Trump and by China. Status on Tulsi and RFK. I mean, I could see if I can see him. I mean, I don't even know if this is correct, honestly. Tulsi's at see they had Tulsi down to like a 40% chance, I think. Maybe or maybe not. Yeah, they did have her down to like a 43. Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, there's not much I can say. Cash Patel is in. RFK, I believe, is going to be in. I mean, 76 is not, I don't know why he tanked down there, but RFK looks pretty good to be confirmed. Tulsi is the only one that we'll see on. Which GTA coin should I buy? I mean, it depends. I mean, I would buy the Ethereum one just based off of the fact, you know, I have one Ethereum one and one Solana one. The Ethereum one's been around since like the first trailer launch. I know that. The Solana one, I'm not sure. I would buy the main Ethereum one, which if you just look it up, you'll be able to see based off the price history. I think it's like around 800K right now. MC. Yeah, it's like around there. That blast was crazy. Yeah, that was a crazy thing. There should definitely be questions whether it was an accident or on purpose. Yeah, I'm sure there'll have to be an investigation, but you have an investigation, people still don't trust it. Joe, that's a good way to get your channel demonetized, man. Come on. Ethereum pumping a little. Yeah, I saw that. I'm hoping Ethereum starts pumping pretty heavily. We need it. RSR, that coin, really? That coin's too high in market cap. Is that reserve rights, I think? Day trading crypto seems complicated. Yeah, there's just so many people that do it, and you're going up against bots as well. But I was never really into trading like 10-minute trades, quick flips, things like that. I was never a fan of that. The attractiveness of like buying something at like, you know, one half of a cent and selling it at $3.50 is way more. I'm way more attracted to that than doing flips and stuff. What are the odds for it to be confirmed? So it looks like Tulsi is gone back up at least because I know she was really down on Kelshi. I don't know if she's gone back up on that. How is the 4chan coin doing? It's not doing much right now. We're gonna need an Ethereum pump for it to hopefully do something. But I mean, I think it has a. I mean, it should have a phenomenal floor at like 2 million as its low. Just I mean, the coin has some. It's rare for a meme coin to have that type of price history because it's been hovering around there for a while. Hello, Top. What's up, man? Fart coin is booming. Yeah, that's a crazy one. That was one that was launched on Pump Fund. How much have I noticed? Well, I mean, you're into politics. Of course, you'll notice, man. Of course, you'll notice. There are too many rugs to day trade. Yeah, I agree. I think it's just, but even like just most people, I don't think are trading brand new coins. There's just that the probability that a rug is so high. There's no point. February the month for Doge XRP. I mean, people are talking about February being very bullish. I guess we'll see. But you're right. Doge really hasn't done anything the past, like, because it shot up into like 34, 35 cents and it's been stagnant. So yeah, Doge needs another big run because I thought Doge was going to go to like $2 this cycle, honestly, man. XRP already had a pretty crazy run, but I think it's still got room to go up. Watch your new 9/11 video. Your other 9/11 videos are so good. Yeah, I got another 9/11 video I'm doing right now. I could probably put it up tonight. Yeah, I could really I could put it up tonight. I probably have like 2 or 3 more minutes left of it to voice talk over and then edit and add the photos and things like that. But I might try and get it monetized. If I try and get it monetized, it's not going to be going up tonight because I'd have to put it through a review. That I don't think it's one that's going to be able to be monetized. I don't know. It's hit or miss, but personal opinion on the current tariffs to Canada, Mexico, and China. Well, China, it wasn't surprising at all. China, I knew was going to happen. Canada, Mexico, he said he was going to do it. I thought, we'll see. But apparently he's doing it. So, I mean, it's going to have, I think, mainly positive effects. The problem with tariffs, they're a long term, it's like they're a long game. The idea is we get more domestic production and jobs in the United States, but it's not necessarily something that's going to immediately yield. I mean, also, I wonder if Trump also wants to use it as like, well, especially with Canada, look at the leverage he's doing. He's like, I'll take the tariffs off if you guys become the 51st state. I don't. That's not gonna happen, but it's like he's trying to use it like that for a bargaining chip because when they're definitely reliant on us buying things from them. Thoughts on DeepSeek? I think they blatantly lied. But the Chinese, they just all they do is lie. All their government does is lie. The problem is there's a segment of people online because we all just look at the online and kind of the public reaction. There's a segment of like Americans that are socialist communists that like when China dunks on America on anything. So they all got like fucking cummed their pants and they were all excited like, oh, the dumb Americans, it cost them 6 million. Yeah, they used a bunch of Nvidia chips that they had stolen. Like they smuggled in 200,000 Nvidia chips. Didn't cost them $6 million. Come on. Will Trump do a 180 on the drones? Now he says it's personal drones. Yeah, what about that answer? Dude, I think that answer's bullshit. There's no way. I mean, like, I don't know, man. It's just odd that that they wouldn't diffuse that situation. You know, there were people saying, well, the U.S. government was trying to see how Americans would react to flying objects. I mean, there's so many people are going to come up with different conspiracies and stuff like that, but that was another one. Are you bullish on the major alt in the World Liberty Financial wallet? Well, you know what? I actually was gonna buy that. Apparently they're gonna have an official coin, like World Liberty Financial coin. It's in pre-sale right now, but I wasn't even able to buy it. I don't know. Not that it really matters. It'll probably start at like a ridiculous market cap, anyways. But you're talking about the coins in the wallet, Avalanche, Chainlink, Ethereum. I mean, they're just the biggest alts. I mean, sure they'll do well. What'll do a 5x and 10x? I mean, those alts have crazy high market caps. It's like I'm sure they'll go up because it's a bull run, but it's not going to be anything crazy. What do you see happening with universities, colleges in general, swing away from liberalism? I don't know. The problem is it's so intertwined with those universities and cut their funding or something. I mean, because it is a problem. It's just a breeding ground, especially for young women. What it mainly is a feminist breeding ground, which is a big issue. I mean, there is a bit of a culture shift among young people. To what degree? I don't. It's hard to say the exact degree of it. But I mean, when you even I was looking at Trump's approval rating, and it was pretty funny because Trump's approval rating with men was like plus 20, with women it was minus 18. It's just a big gender divide with Trump. I guess that's just a general Republican Democrat thing. I mean, that never really surprised me, like the divide between men and women on party affiliation. People are like, "Oh my God, it's so shocking! More men are becoming conservative." How? Doesn't it seems very obvious why men would be more conservative? If Trump got managed to get Russia and Ukraine to the negotiation table, where do you think the peace treaty and ceasefire deal will take place, in Russia or in China or in the US? Where would the peace talks take place? I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe some neutral location. I wonder when that's going to really heat up. Hopefully within the next months. There's also, I don't think there's much of a high chance on that being solved within the next 3 months. Originally, there was a AFD percentage in German election. I think 20%, 20 to 25, 25 to 30. Yeah, but the problem with this is there's something about them with how they do their seats. I don't think they're going to get a lot of representation because they're like a brand new party or something. Even though if they get like 30%, you're talking, what are they, like one right wing party there? Are they really going to be able to change a lot much? They've had a recent boom. I wonder if it's has to do with Musk. Air hockey or ping pong? Whew. I never. That's funny because they are similar. I guess ping pong. I don't really mind air hockey, but ping pong maybe a little bit more fun. There was a ton of new communist propaganda stuff posted all over campus today. What state are you in? I guess it doesn't matter what state, what major city are you next to? Liberal supporting Palestine is weird. Well, yeah, it based off of Palestine. You go to think you look at what Palestinians worship and what they believe. It's like women's rights. I guess not anymore. I mean, a lot of those kids like China as well. Just as conservatives supporting Israel is weird. Yeah, but I mean, Israel, it's more of a dual party thing. It's like I think that's a. I mean, I don't know, man. Like the thing is with Palestine and Israel, when people say free Palestine, it's I don't know. I mean, I can understand why Israel responded, but they're destroying them now. Have you seen the aerial photos of like some of the villages? They got like new Google photos of some villages and stuff. It's bad, but I mean, to me, it's a lose lose with the Israel Palestine situation. I don't know. I mean, I'd rather the United States just stop operations in the Middle East. But that's a normie opinion now, believe it or not, it is. So it's not even like a risky thing to say. I mean, people won't like it, I guess, but more people have been saying that just stop with the foreign money. I mean, Trump stopped foreign money except to what Egypt and Israel. I'm kind of surprised he stopped the foreign money to Ukraine because I feel like that hurts Ukraine in a negotiation. Like that's one of the things I thought he was going to still give money to Ukraine just to be able to allow them to have a more favorable position when negotiating. The problem is now, I think it's more so because it was a campaign promise, but now when Russia negotiates with Ukraine, they know that the United States really doesn't support Ukraine anymore, so they can kind of bargain for more in terms of negotiating with them. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe the European countries can supplement the money that the United States was giving. Another plane crashed, I know. Thank you for the $3. I appreciate it. Thoughts on Panama Canal? Well, today Trump said dude, I saw a tweet. It was like Donald Trump has said the United States is taking the Panama Canal. It was like this official thing. Like, okay. That'll be a fight, won't it? Oh man, these smaller countries, man, it's so fun. It's such a pain in the ass to fight with these smaller countries. But I mean, listen, I understand they want to keep the canal. They made money off of it. They expanded it. I guess we'll see what happens, man. But it's like a pain in the ass to deal with these smaller countries. They just sit and cry and posture the entire time. How dare you? Feels like they want RFK and less than Kash Patel. Are they really poisoning us? Well, the lobbying has got to be insane against RFK, dude. I mean, that's big pharma lobbying against RFK. That's why but it's looking like I mean, we'll see. You can't really trust Polymarket saying it's 75% chance. I mean, you'd think Big Pharma would come in with a big check to some of these politicians, get a nice little payday, vote no. But I feel like if Trump put someone else up, they might have a similar opinion as RFK Jr. But I just don't know who it would be. That would be good enough. Just bought my first crypto. Did a basket of 10 of the top meme coins. Is this good? It's not financial advice. I would advise against that. I don't think you're going to make much money doing that. You shouldn't be buying. I don't know how much money you have invested, but if you're just saying you're just getting into it, you probably invested $1,000. There's no reason to split that up between 10 coins. That's way too over diversified, in my opinion. Honestly, if you had $1,000, I would just take a shot with one meme, and it would just depend on your risk tolerance, on the market cap of it and the meme. But if you have $1,000, I don't know, maybe you put more money into it. But even if you did, 10 different meme coins. Even if I had $10,000 and you wanted to diversify it, I would say 4 different coins. Honestly, dude, like I see the most normie shit. I've been getting recommended on my like Reddit homepage. I think it's called Crypto Moonshots. These people are so normie. They're like, it's just kind of interesting to see. I mean, it is. The people are exit liquidity, I guess, but it's not even exit liquidity for my coins because I'm not in them. But it's like the most normie fucking coins, and they're like, you should buy H bar, bro. It's like, come on, dude. I mean, H bar will probably do decent, I guess. If you are an LGBTQ in Palestine, good luck. Well, that's why it doesn't make any sense. And I'm surprised more. It's just like, and they're really passionate defenders of Palestine. It would be like, with how obsessed they are with LGBTQ, you'd think their opinion would almost be like, they would be endorsing what Israel is doing, because that line of thinking from the Palestinians is so outdated in their worldview that it would be like, yeah, we're glad that's going away. But they're so emphatic about Palestine and restricting gay rights there because that's what they do. So it's like, it's kind of strange. RJ, your liberal homie says he supports sending money to Ukraine, says illegal immigration isn't bad, supports DEI, and then has the nerve to call me crazy. Well, he's just the typical liberal. Most of them, though, yeah, you're right. A lot of them do. A lot of them do support illegal immigration. Actually, they say it's needed. It's needed for certain jobs. I mean, which is simping for billionaires, because billionaires leverage illegal immigration and use the workers and pay them nothing. Europe establishment is posturing. All they do is whine. Yeah, they just. How about the recent thing about France sending troops to Greenland? I don't even know what you're talking about. You're sending troops to Greenland? Okay. Your campus is in Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, I mean they're all infested. All the major campuses are. Am I gonna make a video over the JFK assassination or any other presidential assassinations? Well, maybe if there's new developments that come out of the Crooks kid, and maybe if there's new stuff that comes out about that, I'd probably do a video on it. Maybe. How the fuck can you be in a Reddit sports chat and be liberals? Well, they're all liberals. That's a crazy thing. It's like they're even the sports are all liberal. Even the Wyoming subreddit is liberal. But like the sports got triggered by Elon Musk like doing a doing a the Nazi salute. It's like, and then they're like, oh, we gotta ban X. It's so bad. Elon Musk is a troll. It's like I don't understand the reaction to that. It's even the ADL was like, no, Elon's fine. That tells you all you need to know about that. Why is Tulsi's ad so low? Did something happen that I missed? Um, there was a senator, I think, that was that said yesterday, a Republican senator, oh, Tulsi didn't do a good job or some bullshit. But this goes back like a few days where there were rumors that that Tulsi was gonna be an uphill battle for her, but she's gone up recently. Well, this should be done, I believe. Yeah, this is over. So that happened really quickly. There was only a 25% chance by before March. It's actually before. Well, I think it's going in tomorrow officially. So that would be February 1st. So what is there? 28 days in February. That's kind of tough for me. You know how I like how you measure your payments. It's every month, so you can only get 28 days to make money. Well, I mean, I guess we get 31 days this month. So why not the identity of the last pilot in the helicopter? Wasn't it a woman? I think, or one of the pilots was a woman in the helicopter. I want to say. I believe that came out. Is the Ohio subreddit liberal? They're all liberal, man. It's just how liberal. No, they're all really liberal. The Ohio subreddit I saw was just pissed off. We had this one initiative. It was like based off of gerrymandering. Liberals had like this bullshit like the evil Republicans are gerrymandering and we need to redistrict and everything like that. Meanwhile, when they controlled the state, it was the exact same thing, but now they don't control it, they're pissed off about it. And it didn't pass because the entire state has just gone so conservative, and they just threw a fit. They were just like, not only did Trump win by 11, Sherrod Brown, oh Sherrod Brown. Yeah, I mean he was an incumbent. I said he was gonna lose though, just because I thought Trump was gonna win by a lot. And then Moreno, I mean, Moreno barely won, but ESPN is terribly liberal. Well, ESPN is forced to be liberal mainly because of the athletes. Look at the athletes, they're all liberal. The athletes are mainly black, it's going to be liberal. Think about it. Look at the NBA bending the knee to Black Lives Matter back in 2020. Do you think Trump actually removes more migrants than Obama? Because right now the numbers are lower. Well, understand what's happening there. They're targeting the really bad criminals right now. They're going to expand it. They're going to expand it to get everyone. When they start getting everyone, that's when the numbers are going to be like 6 or 7 thousand per day. You get to like 6, 7 thousand per day, hopefully 10,000 per day. You know, that's what we hope it gets a lot higher than it is. But again, they said they were going to target the really bad criminals because they need to get them out immediately so they don't commit any more crimes. You don't want them committing crimes while Trump's in office. That's going to be a bad look. Like illegals committing, you got to get them. You got to get the really bad criminals out, and those have to be the focus. And so that's why they were focusing on them, and the numbers were lower. And plus, you have to get a big operation like this even in motion. It takes time to set everything up and get a process down to do it. So yeah, I know Obama deported 8 million. What was it? 3 million. Yeah, Obama deported 3 million. I think Trump should get over that for sure. I'd hope. Barron 2032. Is he old enough? But no, I don't think he's old enough, man. Not that it really matters at this point. Nobody even. I mean, Barron's got to. We got to see how Barron is in terms of speaking and stuff like that. Was Snowden a traitor to the country, or was the country a traitor to the people? Well, no. I mean, Snowden exposed a disgusting spy operation, and then they got angry at him. Pro athletes are more conservative than we think, but they don't want to say anything. But I mean, it's like the only reason they'd be conservative is because of taxes, anyways. It's not even like actual conservative beliefs because they all make so much money. Obama deported 5 million. Maybe the 3 million was one of the terms. I don't know. I thought I saw 3 million somewhere. Oh, that makes a lot more sense if that's true, and that's bad. Because they've been citing that number. Obama's deportations where people turned away at the border. That's not even a deportation though. A deportation is removing people already in the country. I feel like that. How can you classify that as a deportation if you just turn people away at the border? Ellen sort of left. Well, Ellen is like, remember the stuff that came out about Ellen? It basically made everyone hate her. Like she bullied her staff and stuff, and she was really mean to them. So I mean, even like she wants to play this liberal thing. I mean, I don't even think liberals like her. But she left because of Trump or something. I mean, she was already not popular. Haitian students, dude. If that's true, I mean, it's. I guess it's not terribly surprising based off of. Uh, well, remember the one. There's some cities where the Haitians are making up like 20% of the population of the city. Some poor white cities too. Cities that are in poverty, and then they claim, well, they come there and they improve because they need jobs and stuff, and the Haitians supply jobs. Like, what the fuck are we doing in this country to where that's acceptable? Like, that's acceptable. Come on. Like, is gold a good investment? Well, gold doesn't appreciate enough for me to invest into it. Am I drinking cherry coke? No, I'm not. Thoughts on Chuck Todd out at NBC? he was always kind of just a just kind of a really a nothing. I mean, I don't want to criticize the guy, but he really didn't do much. Chuck Todd, and I wonder if they phased him out this cycle. I didn't really see much of anything on Chuck Todd this campaign cycle. Like he didn't get a big interview or anything like that. But they're making cuts everywhere. NBC, CNN, they all have to make cuts because it's just cable is getting destroyed now. Their numbers are going down. Oh, is that actually happening? California Secretary of State approving a campaign to gather signatures to vote on whether California should leave the US and become an independent country. Well, I mean, I would be interested in seeing that, honestly. I would to see that play out. But no, that would never happen. I mean, California could certainly they could certainly become independent, but it would create interesting dynamics with other Republican countries, I think. You look really nice today. Well, I appreciate that. Not reporting on the crash. Well, I mean, there's a plane crash. I don't know, guys. The thing is, I'm really not the news. I mean, have I talked about the plane crash yet? Yeah, I mean, here's the plane crash. The thing is I don't get up to the minute information, so it's like there's really not much for me to say other than like look at this stuff. It's like we're just thankful it was a small plane and there were limited casualties. If China stops energy transfer to us, will that affect us? Well, yeah, it'll affect us to a degree, but we don't get all of our energy from Canada, and we've been shifting to more independent energy in terms of not relying on other countries for it. Holy, holy shit! Well, it just dive down. See, the thing is, if I put this in full screen, I think it's gonna mess up my chat. Here, look at this. Purdue versus IU, great game right now, dude. I kind of hate that they put like games on Friday nights now. That was always supposed to be a when there were no college basketball games on and they'd all be on Saturday. But now they're like, oh, we get maximize viewership windows, and so we have to have games on at Friday night. But like college basketball never used to be on at Friday night. I just get annoyed when it is, honestly. That plane crash was a nosedive, dude. I mean, looks like a bomb. Yeah, looks like a mini bomb. I don't understand. Have there been two plane crashes on two different days now? Yeah, yeah. When are you making a college basketball bracket video? Um, hopefully it's probably next week. I'd say probably next week. Couldn't imagine being on the road there. Yeah, you that would have to be like an immediate shock because you immediately go into like, what the fuck is happening? Unless you actually, because most people probably didn't even see the plane lights, so they just think it's some type of bomb or explosion, and then you think you're immediately in danger, like a gas pump or something. I heard people saying it was a missile. Oh, like the Pentagon. It's a missile. Remember the Pentagon? Now I know what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, people are always gonna say, it's not actually a plane, stuff like that. Any word on the TikTok ban? The clock is ticking on it. Well, I believe TikTok is available in the United States. You just have to have it already downloaded. So it's not available on the App Store, but if you have the app, you're allowed to use it basically. And it's going to be sold to Oracle. So, I mean, I find the whole thing very odd. Like, why wouldn't I mean, like the whole this doesn't make any sense. There had to have been some type of backroom deal with China. Like, it's very obvious China was using the app to gather information. America said, no, we're not going to allow that. You can keep having the app operate, but it has to be sold to someone in America. They said it's useless. We're not going to do that. Then Trump comes in and says, we'll get something done. So, I mean, I'm wondering what happened there. Because they were going to let it get banned. I mean, if the Democrats, really, it wasn't even a bipartisan thing. It was more so it was I think it was lobbying from like Facebook and YouTube to get it banned and stuff, and obviously there's other things, but it was more like it wasn't necessarily a Republican versus Democrat when that got banned. Mac or PC? I do use both. I've got a Mac right here, but no, I mean I think you have to use PC for any type of streaming or anything that you know. So yeah, I switched to PC about 2 years ago, 3 years ago. You think I'm far right, but I hide it to appear center right? It's hard to really classify things. It just depends. I mean, I think I have different positions on different things. I'm more right on certain things, I guess. Less right on others. What is Kamala doing? She's gearing up for a big. She's gearing up for a big revenge arc, a big comeback, a 2028 revenge arc. When was the last time Kamala spoke? When she certified Trump's victory, maybe. Honestly, I don't know. Did she speak after that? I'm sure. Did she speak during Trump's inauguration? Think Trump will release classified 9/11 documents and footage? I don't know. Hopefully, man, but there really hasn't been a lot of talk about him releasing that stuff. It's been all about the JFK stuff, and hopefully the 9/11 stuff comes out, or at least something comes out with 9/11. But a lot of it's probably going to be it's going to be we're not going to be able to view it, even if they do technically declassify the pages. It's just going to be covered up. Imagine seeing more videos and stuff. That would be pretty crazy. When do you expect the bull run, and when is the prime time to sell? Well, I mean, I'm assuming you're in altcoins mainly, and if you are, I would say it's hard to give an. I would say probably like around Halloween. Honestly, it could be later, it could be sooner, but I would say that's probably when it's gonna have. You're gonna have the crazy pricing, just based off the 4 year cycle. Maybe a little bit past Halloween for the altcoins. I think Bitcoin probably in the summer, but it might be delayed. It might something like no nobody really knows. It's every cycle is a little bit different. Do you support these onesies? Pocahontas said that, I think. Yeah. She was going on a tangent. They love that, man. They love being the stars of the show. And RFK, how dare you? You're taking money away from big pharma. They're billion-dollar corporations. How dare you? Redacted. Yeah, they just put like a black box over it. Any chance for a dating social dynamics vid? I mean, I don't really view those vids as it's like what's the point of me doing a video on that? It was I don't know, man. What's with all these AI videos of people playing hockey sack with dead people's heads? I haven't seen that AI videos. Well, there's yeah, the AI is getting better in terms of videos. Now you're able to take a photo and make it a video with the AI and stuff. I'm sure you guys have seen that with politicians. Bernie said that. Oh, about the onesies. What did Elizabeth Warren said something, man? Elizabeth Warren was screaming, and then they made an AI video of Elizabeth Warren like doing a not enough memory to open this page. God damn you! All right, it's back. Source of income before YouTube. I have no clue. No, I mean my source of income was nothing, honestly. I guess it was a job at a garden center, I guess. That was like a long time ago. No, I really didn't have much income, honestly. I just said I wanted to do YouTube basically. It works out sometimes, I guess. You just thoughts on looks maxing. I mean, getting in shape is good. I'd say that. People get obsessed with it and things like that. They start doing, but I mean, I think looking your best, there's nothing wrong with it. But there's nothing wrong with allow it, motivating people to go to the gym and things like that. Who was I supporting in 2016? Definitely Trump. Yeah, so it was Trump, Trump, Trump. And then 2012 was really, I was not old enough. Do you think Trump will leave NATO? I don't know. It's hard. I think Trump might leverage the idea of leaving NATO, but I don't know if he'd actually leave it. The problem is, this is the problem. Many of those countries would just think, well, when liberals get control, they're just going to rejoin NATO. One of the sad things about the Paris Climate Accord is just people don't know what it is. Because I saw like Trump's approval rating on different things, and for the Paris Climate Accord, he was like minus. He was like, "Do you support Donald Trump pulling the United States out of the Paris Climate Agreement?" And it was like -40. But it's like you have to understand the agreement is not even based around meeting a quota. The United States has their own quota when it comes to CO2 emissions and all that bullshit. The reason for that, what the United States does is they basically commit a certain amount of money to give to poor countries so they can help clean their air. It's just the United States. It's like a funding process for poor countries. And I think Biden committed 3 billion to it, and Obama committed 3 billion. Biden committed 10 billion. The entire thing is just funding other smaller countries that are poor to give them things that can help clean their air. It has nothing to do with the United States like investing in their own clean energy. I think people don't really realize that. And like, who's the number one most in terms of like the most amount of money? We always have to give the most because we have the highest GDP per person or whatever. But I mean, China gives like 1/10 of what we give or something. It's like a joke. Trump administration pretty radical. Yeah, I mean, we knew they were going to be a bit more aggressive than 2016. That's for sure. I mean, but some of the things that Trump's floated, some ideas are pretty definitely radical. I don't know if he's going to be able to implement them, but we will have to see. But I think Trump knows it's go time. And did you hear about the website attack? What a DDoS attack? Are you talking about Candace Owens trying to expose the Macron's wife for being transgender? I mean, I saw that video was coming out because I saw a tweet on it. She made a tweet on it or a post. China is going to overtake us. The two-party system is holding back so much progress with constant turnover. Well, yeah, it is kind of funny to see we're removed, then we're added back. Then we're removed, then we're going to be added back. That is kind of funny. But I mean, that's a trade-off of just being able to, not have one person rule over for a long period of time, which in certain ways would give us an advantage with continuity. But obviously, people, if it's the wrong person, it's going to be an issue. Did you have any big 9/11 topic videos that you have never covered? I'm doing a video on Larry Silverstein right now, and I think I could get it out probably tonight or tomorrow, but maybe not. It just depends. Can you still bench 305? I think it's down to like 295, honestly, man. I think I lost 10 pounds. I think I lost 10 pounds. Even India recognize third gender because of the way people are born. Well, that's a pathetic straw man. That's not even why Trump is doing the whole two genders thing. We gonna invest in Rogan coin, dude? By the time you see Rogan coin, unless you give yourself like you dude, turn on the alerts for Joe Rogan's Twitter account. But because the thing is, that would actually be a decent idea to do that, honestly. But you would get beaten by bots and stuff. You'd get beaten by snipers as well. But you could probably get in pretty early if you turn on alerts for Rogan's Twitter. But I don't know. Did he say? I mean, maybe he's not even launching it. But that's what I would do. You might be able to get in pretty early. I mean, if you had alerts on for Trump's Twitter account, and then the second the tweet came out, you could probably have gotten in around like, what do you guys think? Like 300 million market cap, maybe a billion. So you could have gotten a really good gain, honestly. But I mean, people thought it was fake and stuff. Unpopular opinion: U.S. two-party system is the greatest political system. I don't think that's unpopular. I mean, it may feel unpopular because the amount of Americans that criticize the United States, but you said 315 a couple of streams ago. It's gone down a bit. It'll be back up next week. Ace Bailey going number 1 in the draft. I think Cooper Flag is. I haven't followed it a ton. I saw that kid had a really good game though. How much money have you lost on crypto? I think I've made money, I believe, but it's I haven't cashed anything out. So But I don't think I've lost money. If you factor all my investments, worth, I don't think I've lost money. And honestly, this it should be the bottom point as well. So, but it wouldn't even like because so much of my money is still tied up anyways. It's not like I've cashed it out. Trump is obese. Dude, Trump's like 220 of pure muscle. What are you talking about? Trump, I think Trump went on a diet though. He was saying that his doctor was saying that he went on a diet. I read that like a week ago or something. His doctor's like, yeah, he lost 20 pounds. And you look at it, he does seem like he has a little bit less face fat when you look at Trump now. Certainly less face fat from like 2016, 2017. Gradings from the 51st. So what is that? What is that? Canada? Can you change that picture? Yeah, it's like I just we'll change it to something else. We'll see if we can find something. The Trump coin fully diluted market cap. I mean, betting on this stuff is just why do people bet on this stuff, man? Come on. Let's see the Super Bowl. It's close, honestly. It's very close. Trump honestly looks skinnier. Yeah, he's got less face fat, you can tell. No Coca-Cola. Oh, he still drinks a I think he drinks a fuck ton of Diet Coke still. Nasdaq 420 wildly undervalued. I know, dude. That's you just gotta hold it. Just hold it. Just go. We'll go through some adversity. It'll go back up. I'm sure. It's not cope when you just hold. How long until cash is confirmed? It's cash. It's money in the bank with cash. He'll be confirmed, no problem. Who are you pulling for in the Super Bowl? Probably I don't know, probably the Eagles. Just it's enough with the Chiefs. I mean, does Trump get Botox and he's not 6'3"? Yeah, well, I mean that's one of the things with liberals. They're obsessed with his height. They're like, oh, he's really shrunk. He's 6'1" and he's 6'2". It's like, why are you so obsessed with Trump's height? It's I just find it odd. Yeah, old people shrink. I mean, he's like 78. What the hell was the BS drone briefing? Yeah, the common that was total bullshit. You hear what they said about that? That makes no sense. I mean, but I mean, who knows? They could have just been testing to see public reaction and how they would react to a certain situation. Because there was no way it was a foreign drone. I mean, it's just impossible. They would have shot it down. Do you think Tulsi and Kennedy will be confirmed? Kennedy, yes. Tulsi, yes as well. But it's gonna be tough. Trump is 6'4", 240. Well, they got Trump standing next to Barron, and it's like, oh, he's this much shorter. Is Barron 6'8" or 6'9"? Makes you wonder how Barron got so tall. Well, Melania's pretty tall herself, so you get tall genetics in both sides, and that's how it happens, I think. You think it's bullshit that the Senate controls the confirmations? Well, yeah, to a degree they do, but they face public pressure based off the election result. I mean, and now with Musk, where he's got money to primary some of these dumbass senators if they don't vote for Trump's picks, it's a little bit more control than. But I know what you're saying. Do you think Trump will have to use recess appointments? Yeah, but I think there has to be basically if they're able to stall the hearing for a certain amount of time, it goes into recess, and then that's how Trump's able to utilize the recess appointment, maybe for Tulsi, if it comes to it. 9/11 video soon. Yeah, it'll be coming. It'll be coming very soon. Probably tomorrow ish. Trump always jokes about telling Barron not to stand next to him because Barron. Yeah, man, that's the one thing with humans. It's like we see two dudes next to each other, and one of them's way taller than the other. It's just you can't. It's just like if you're a dude, you just don't want to be next to someone that's really tall. It makes you look like a man child. No matter even if you are taller, but if somebody's just that, it's this weird thing. No, you always see it in photographs too. Any expected H-1B wins, or is a bajillion Indians the price to pay for all the other base stuff? Well, yeah. The H-1B stuff is unfortunate. I don't think, based off of Musk and Trump and their viewpoint, basically what they're gonna do is they're gonna say, well, we're gonna reform it, but you're still gonna get, it's still gonna be H-1B visas issued for sure. They're just going to say we're going to reform it, and what they're trying to do is eliminate the lottery system so they can just pick and choose the ones that they want. They don't want to make it to where it's a smaller pool or anything like that. That was Ramaswamy's big criticism, was that it was a lottery system. So unfortunately, I haven't really heard anything about them doing away with the H-1Bs and all the, taking away work from. And then it turns into this thing to where it's like, oh, you Americans are just so stupid, and it's like you have hundred thousands of examples of like college kids with good degrees that don't get jobs because, I mean, yeah, if you're a company, it's a lot easier to hire an Indian because they're going to work harder because they kind of have to. They're forced to based off a life situation. Your 9/11 videos get shadow banned. Um, no, some of them don't. I mean, it just depends what the video is on. Most of them, I don't think, get shadow banned. The only way they really get shadow banned is they don't get recommended. Basically, like you have to search it, and yeah, there have been a few that you can only find them if you search it. Because most of view generation, like how you get views, especially on evergreen videos, is through recommendation. And I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Most of people, when you watch a video, it comes from the homepage and you're recommended the video. Nobody even looks at like your subscribers or anything like that. It's all just homepage recommended. And so they will shadow ban some of the videos to make it to where they can't be recommended, and you just have to search for it basically. When it comes to Canada, you really want Alberta and Saskatchewan, trust me. Yeah, but it doesn't work like that. You just can't take provinces and leave others. It just doesn't. That's really not how it works. I mean, because then what happens when liberals get into office and they want the liberal provinces? So I just, you're gonna take Alberta and Saskatchewan because they're Republican and then leave all the others. I mean, no, I understand Alberta and Saskatchewan have good natural resources. I get it, but How long do you think until the overton window irreversibly shifts against APAC? I think it's already there. I think it's basically already there, man. It's there with the general public, and it has to transfer over to the politicians. Tons of sprawling wind projects being built in your home state in Wyoming. Well, honestly, that makes sense. I believe Wyoming is the windiest state in the United States. Actually, it might be Texas, but it's like top three. Wyoming is. I was actually just looking at the windiest states for wind energy generation. Hoping Trump slows the development on these things, which are a blight on landscape and cannot function without subsidies. Yeah, but it doesn't surprise me that there's a lot of wind projects going up. You mean is it just turbines, or are they doing other ways to generate energy through wind now? Wyoming is very windy. I think Casper, Wyoming is like a top 7 windy city in the U.S. I was just looking this up. It's like there's 2 cities in Texas. Believe it or not, Chicago is not even like top 20. They just call it the windy city. But there's a lot of wind on the plains. Wyoming is tough. Like Wyoming would be a really nice state, but the wind it's almost like the wind is worse than the cold. Dealing with wind is really frustrating, man. Like if it's windy every day, it's frustrating. That's what that's part of the reason I think it's really sparsely populated. Alberta and Saskatchewan have resources. The rest is just single moms and drug addicts. Well, also the northern provinces have resources as well, untapped resources that you can extract because during summer months it's warmer. Like you can also extract resources on Greenland, but it's very cold. But in like in Yukon and Nunavut, I mean those areas have resources. But I mean, what is Trump gonna do to acquire that? It's like I don't know. There's just it's almost like the juice is not worth the squeeze with Canada. I feel like. Would you move to Wyoming? I couldn't go to Wyoming now. I can't deal with wind like that. Wind is really bad in Wyoming, man. You should make a video about World War II secret German weapons. Yeah, I was gonna do a video dedicated to the Gustav cannon. They had 2 of them. The Nazis did. I think they were built really late in the war, and I want to say those cannons required like 50 men to operate, something crazy. There's a crazy photo of one of them. I have it on my X account, and it's like Hitler and all of his generals in the foreground, and the background is the Gustav cannon. There's a Call of Duty map that was just horrible that was based around the Gustav cannon. But they had 2 Gustav cannons, and they had the Germans just blew them up or purposefully destroyed them because they were going to be captured. I mean, imagine if one of those was still alive. I mean, those were just massive guns. They said they built them that big as like a demoralization tactic on the enemy. Just you see a massive piece of machinery like that. Greenland becoming part of the U.S. is inevitable. Yeah, I would agree as long as Trump really wants it, because they're gonna fight it for a bit. But as long as Trump wants it, he'll be able to get Denmark to give it up, just based off of the power structure of the United States versus Denmark. I think. You think it's funny how I won't talk about these plane crashes? Something seriously is wrong is going on right now. Well, I mean, dude, it's like what do you want me to say? Oh, it's something nefarious is happening. I mean, I guess stuff will come out. I don't know what you want me to say on it. The plane crashes are tragedies. I mean, we'll see. Would you move to Texas? It's a bit hot in Texas now. Target for Nasdaq. I don't know. It's hard to say, man. I hope it goes to like $1, man. Honestly, that would be awesome. We need it to go to $1. Do you think Trump will acquire Greenland? Yes, I do. How have you been? Hope all is well. January 2025 was one of the longest months ever. Yeah, I mean it was pretty long, but it kind of went by like the end of it went by pretty quickly for me. I don't know. Is Denmark even a country? You've got to confirm if they're a country. Do you think RFK will get confirmed? Yeah, I'm optimistic about RFK getting confirmed, but I'm still a little bit wary on it, honestly. Would you move to Pennsylvania? I mean, Pennsylvania is one state over from me, so it really wouldn't be that much different of living. I mean, I guess it depends what city I would move to, but it would be similar climate. I mean, I would rather just stay here than move, because it's just you're not really moving anywhere. What are the benefits of acquiring Greenland? I would say mainly natural resources. Most people will say, well, security and stuff like that. Which I mean, so that's you need to secure it, and it's definitely an area that's becoming more important strategically. Yeah, Texas is not. Yeah, you're right. Texas is not good for me. It's not a good climate with the sun and my hair. Yeah, it's not good. Will the FBI guy get confirmed? Cash Patel? Yeah, he will. Thank goodness January is gone now. February near is spring. Yeah, I mean spring is when I was younger it was like it was a lot it felt a lot spring felt a lot more real than it does now. Like we'd always get these nice showers in like late March, but now it's this weird thing to where it really fluctuates. Like we'll get days where it's like 50 to 60 degrees in March, and then it goes down to like 20, and it's just it's a lot more variety of weather in the spring now. It feels like as a Central Ohioan, I would like to know whether you like Northeast or Central Ohio more. Um, well, I don't really live in those places, so I don't know, man. Thoughts on Zuck moving Meta to Texas? Yeah, he's an Elon Musk wannabe. No, I don't know, man. It is strange what Zuckerberg's doing. It's like he's trying to do all the based stuff. Like it's everything. Now you got to move all your stuff. Move them away from the woke states. Move them to Texas. Move them to Florida. But yeah, I mean they're all going to Texas. But Austin is liberal still. You still have some major liberal cities, but there is a lot of influx into Texas, which I guess it's good overall, and it didn't really affect anything in terms of voting, which was surprising. I thought it certainly would even shift. Well, I thought it would be about a 7 point win for Trump. Did not think it would be 13 or 14, whatever it was. Gustav Cannon was the tip of the iceberg. Well, yeah, they also had the V2 rocket. Have you seen that video on YouTube? V2 rocket tests. It's a pretty sweet video, dude. Like the human innovation. It's very interesting. And then you see a bunch of failed V2 tests, but it's like it's developed and stuff. The Germans, a lot of the German people that developed that, they did not like being around those tests because they didn't know where the rocket was going to go during the early days of developing that. Did you ever use Yahoo Answers? No, I used a different. I would look at like a different answers thing. No, it wasn't Yahoo Answers. I mean, I guess that stuff's kind of phased out with I guess. You're probably either moving to Arizona, Texas, Tennessee, or Carolinas. Yeah, well, I know a lot of people are moving to both Tennessee and South Carolina. Those are like favorable climates for people. Arizona is a bit drastic. Well, Arizona depends where you move because there's cold areas in Arizona, like Flagstaff, but have you seen the famous photo of the French soccer team, literally 16 to 23 players from Africa? Well, I don't know if it was that photo. It might have been from the UK, but it's like without. Did you see the meme? It was like without these immigrants, we lose. Did you see that? And then they were like, well, the UK they already lose. I don't know if it's like a fucking Premier League or their national team, whatever. I don't watch soccer, but it's like without these players, without these immigrants, you lose. And then another thing it's one thing that I mean I think I'm right on this. Guys, think about it. The Europeans that came to to North America, they're not immigrants, they're settlers because they settled and developed a brand new government. They didn't adopt the Native American government. That would be immigration. They're settlers. I mean, I would use that against liberals. They're like, oh, we're a nation of immigrants. Well, no, they're settlers. They settled and they developed an entirely different government, an entirely different country out of thin air. Don't overpopulate Arizona. I know, but dude, people always say that shit. Like, you're overpopulating. Well, there are some certain cities that are growing rapidly. I don't know if any in Arizona though. The suburbs around Nashville are a mess. I hear the suburbs around Atlanta are a mess with liberals. Colorado, the suburbs around Boulder and Denver are a mess with liberals. Sean, what's up, brother? I appreciate it. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, wait, they're actually settlers. It's different. Native Americans came from Asia, absolutely. Absolutely. But they were also it wasn't like they had a cohesive country together and we just came and took it over. It's like there's all these little tribes in different areas with very little land. And then they make it seem like we took the entire it's like they make it seem like North America was already fully developed and then we just took it over. I mean, come on. Do you think Trump could invade Mexico, make the southern border smaller? Yeah, I'm not sure about an invasion. I think it would be more of a puppet state. Like the thing is, the entire structure of Mexico would have to change because the cartels would be eliminated. It would be more so like a puppet state with a puppet government. But Mexico would be a much better place, a much safer place if they did that. March it all the way to Panama, just to eliminate the border, or just the northern part of Mexico and stop before Mexico City. Yeah, I thought that Trump might decide to try and. Um, I mean, I don't know. Trump's never said anything like this. I thought maybe he would try and take some land in Mexico to create two different walls, and then like just a middle neutral area, which would really just eliminate any people trying to come over illegally if you did that. But I don't know. I mean, the border it is pretty long with Mexico. But I think it would be, dude. But the problem is when you've got 4 years, dude. Good luck getting all that shit done, man. Good luck getting that done. It's not enough time. And then what happens when the liberals come in and they've like, oh, we're sorry, we're gonna. Dude, like Trump. Imagine Trump gets Greenland, and then I actually think liberals would like that. Like they wouldn't say it, but they would approve of Trump getting Greenland. But imagine liberals give it back. No, I don't think they would do that. That would be the one thing they would approve of. But they're gonna get angry if Trump tries like, oh, you can't do that. You can't do that to Greenland doesn't want to join the United States. But it's like they make such a big deal about sovereignty and ruling themselves. You're controlled by Denmark. And it's not even like if you live in the United States, we really don't view Puerto Rico as part of the country. Like they're a territory, but like trust me, it's just like unless you have direct ties to Puerto Rico, it's not like we view like, oh, we're ruling over Puerto Rico. We own Puerto Rico. It's really not like that. It's not the relationship you have with territories. Don't bring Mexico into America. Well, I mean, that's why it would be a puppet state. You wouldn't want to. I agree. I wouldn't want to take over Mexico that way in like an annex situation. Make Trump king. Yeah, but Trump's old anyways, though. So what would it even do? And he's gonna decline at some point. If Trump was in his like 60s, I think everyone would be like, get Trump running for a third term. But he's just too old. Should just annex the whole thing all the way to Panama. Yeah, but it wouldn't. I don't think it'd be smart to do that. That comes with all the problems that are currently within Mexico. You're just putting them onto the United States. Puerto Rico is effectively independent. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a thing that people they're like, oh my god, if Greenlanders became Americans, it would be like we don't even view Puerto Ricans as they're like an independent country basically, and they're a territory, and that's what Greenland would be. They'd be a territory. We would just want to mine the resources and then just establish military bases and secure the country basically. But we want the natural resources. Let's be honest. We want the natural resources. Trump's going to establish a mining initiative in Greenland, and we're going to be extracting probably multiple billions of dollars of natural resources out of Greenland per month, I'd say. I don't know how easy it would be. I mean, but because we just don't know the amount of resources they have, but Trump's going to set up an entire initiative and a plan to extract the natural resources. And it's going to be good for Greenland. Greenland's going to get money out of it. It's going to be good. When is your next bracketology video? Probably next week I'll do one. Yeah, I know. Like that's the thing that we have to try and explain to people. We don't even know about Puerto. We didn't even. I mean, if Puerto Rico doesn't vote, we don't even. You put them on a map. It's not even. You're just not consequential. And Puerto Rico gets an amazing deal, and that's something that liberals are pissed off about. Most Puerto Ricans like being a territory. And that's why you get all these people on Reddit trying to be like, oh, they need to be a state. Well, they don't want to be a state. They don't want the taxes. That's a big advantage for being in Puerto Rico. Look at the amount of people that move to Puerto Rico to flee the taxes. If we take Greenland and Canada, we would seize control of the Arctic from Russia, as well as seizing the rare earth industry from China. Yeah, that's the most important part. It's the rare earths from China. They've got a monopoly over them, and you just eliminate that. But I mean, I think Canada's a different situation than Greenland, to be fair. So much ice, they should rename it Iceland. Yeah, well, apparently when they named it that, they wanted to name it that. When they named it that, it was like I think the 1200s because there it was a different climate. It was more green, but they wanted people to come there, so they named it Greenland. Like, oh, it's an attractive place to come to. And now, obviously, that doesn't work at all, based on it's on a glacier. They don't have enough people to become a state. Greenland, no way, not even close. But it wouldn't even make sense for Greenland to become a state, anyways. Just based off of where they're located, a territory would be more realistic for them, even if they did have the more people. What do you think about the liberal media blaming egg prices on Trump? I think a lot of it's like trolling, honestly. I think that they have to be trolling. But no, 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 you're right. Trump should the liberals are right. Trump should just do this and then the egg prices will go down. That's how it works. I mean, they just blew my mind with the logic. If he just snaps, they're gonna go down. But they're trolling, right? They know it's a process. It takes time. It takes policy implemented to lower them. You can't undo it in a month. Come on. Reddit is like an Orwellian censorship cesspool. Yeah, and then it's interesting because I'll see some stuff where it's like there's certain videos that make people have comments that are like racist or whatever. And then like you'll see entire threads just have every single comment removed because there still are people on there that are whether they're right wing or they just they won't put up with certain shit and they'll just remove all the comments like entire threads get removed. I saw that like yesterday. I saw it happen. It might be a while before the ice melts. Well, you can get the resources on the coastline anyways. There's a lot of resources on the coasts in Greenland. Predicted has Kamala winning the Super Bowl. Remember how liberal Predicted was? Dude, they used to they Predicted had like Kamala with like a 70% chance to win. It's like no, it's like 55%. But every other prediction site had like Trump at like 60%. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this live stream. I'm gonna wrap it up. Egg prices are because of bird flu. Yeah, I did hear about that. They had to kill a lot of them. You think two plane crashes in 2 days is a coincidence? I don't know. Plane crashes are extremely rare, but to be fair, this one was a smaller plane, which is more likely to happen. All right, guys, I'll be seeing you.